Coming up tonight on YCU, New Hampshire takes precautionary measures in the wake of the horrific bombing at the Boston Marathon yesterday and receiving a bomb threat over the weekend. Police in Bellows Falls fight heroin problems they say has become an epidemic. And we'll hear from New Hampshire State Representative David Kidder to talk some of the issues going on in the State House. With more news, sports, and weather, stay tuned. It's time for YCU, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region and central Vermont. News, sports, weather, public affairs, and all that's happening in our area. The news on YCU, your local view.
Hello and welcome to YCU. I'm David Carmichael. In response to the bombing at the Boston Marathon yesterday that has so far left 3 people, including an 8-year-old boy, dead and at least 140 injured, the New Hampshire State Police increased its presence in and around the State House and adjacent buildings as a precautionary measure. In addition to the bombing, there was an anonymous threat called in over the weekend directed towards the area of the State House. The explosive disposal unit completed a search of the area for any suspicious articles and nothing was found. The threat over the weekend is being investigated and there is no reason to believe that there is a connection to this incident in Boston. The Bellows Falls Police Chief told those at a public event held Thursday night by the Greater Falls Prevention Coalition that heroin use in the village is at epidemic proportions. Chief Ron Lake addressed the drug problem in Bellows Falls and provided an update on how his department is dealing with it. Lake spoke about the increasing number of drug-related arrests in the village and the dangers of synthetic marijuana. The number of arrests keeps climbing. Lake said that the Bellows Falls Police Department had 3,900 complaints in 2012 and 3,800 of those were specific to drug investigations. Last Thursday was the 101st day of the year, and the department has had a total of 85 arrests at this time. The Rockingham Planning Commission and Zoning Board of Adjustment examined an application last night that would construct an additional baseball diamond off Playground Road. Members of the twin boards briefly reviewed a site plan application that would create a smaller baseball field just west of the current Bellows Falls Junior League site at the village playground. After volunteers with the Village League looked at several proposals, they opted to recommend establishing the diamond off 10 Playground Road that would expand opportunities for more youth baseball and softball games. Several off-road vehicles came in handy for firefighters responding to a blaze on a Class 6 muddy road yesterday morning in Leominster. Leominster Fire Chief John Thomas said that the fire department received a call at 11:45 a.m. when smoke was spotted at 540 Kempton Road. Fire equipment got within a mile of the area where a 12 by 12 foot shed was burning. The final mile was covered with off-road equipment. Fire from the burning shed spread into nearby brush and it took firefighters more than 3 hours to control the blaze. The empty shed, owned by Theodore Ayotte, was destroyed. The Newport Zoning Board will hear an appeal by the Newport Safety Coalition on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. in the Selectmen's Room. The appeal is regarding the Planning Board's decision on February 19th to grant a conditional site plan approval to Sturm Ruger and Company and the Mountain View Gun Club for a gun shooting range. A joint House panel is considering whether to support a Senate bill to license a single casino and allow up to 5,000 video slot machines in New Hampshire. The House Finance and the Ways and Means Committee had a public hearing today in the Representatives Hall of the State House. The Vermont State House is expected to give final approval to a bill that would remove criminal penalties for possession of up to an ounce of marijuana. The bill was given preliminary approval in the House on Friday. It comes up for final action in the House today. After the break, I'll talk to Tom Lance from Casella Waste Management at the Lake Sunapee Chamber of Commerce Business After Hours.
The YCU News continues in a moment.